What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Woo!
All right. How many people? All right, sweet. There's some people in here. Awesome. So I was the husky kid growing up. Fat, glasses, moved around a lot. Pretty much bullied, like, I don't know, until like recently. I think Grandma had her stroke, and I'm in charge now. But actually had a lot of jobs. Sold drugs to a cop. That was one of my jobs. Well, not the selling to the cop part. I just sold drugs, and then the cop arrested me. But I ended up with a couple felonies from that. And then, people are always like, "Oh man, isn't having felonies rough or hard? Is it hard to get a job, whatever?" And actually, it hasn't been that bad because I never have to go to destination weddings. It's really easy to get out of jury duty. And I'll never have to work in a profession where I'm legally responsible for somebody else's children. And if I want to buy a gun, I just have to go to the parking lot of a gun show. I'm a bartender by trade, I know you can tell. I actually really like bartending because it's one of the only customer service jobs where I get to poison the guests slowly over time. And they think it's their choice, and I make money while I'm doing it. So I'm pretty much Exxon Mobil. But yeah, after I did get those felonies, my life kind of spiraled. I was like 22 when it happened, and I don't know, I just became like just a bad person. I like gained a bunch of weight. I was in and out of court all the time, just really toxic with women, and I realized that like if I didn't like really put it together and change my life, there's a good chance I'd end up serving like 48 years in the White House.
Woo!
Sweet. All right. So the reason I started doing comedy, well, one of the reasons I started, I've been writing for a long time, but what pushed me to get on stage was a conversation I was having with my dad before he passed away, and he was like really, trying to get me to do this. And then when I started going to open mics and doing comedy, I realized that that's a pretty common trope, that a lot of comics end up start doing things because their dads passed. And then I was like, what if it's like one last dad joke, right? To get your kid to do comedy. And then I started thinking about the conversation between like, and it was just like, son, I need to talk to you. Yes, father, what is it? I need you to do something for me. Yes, father, anything. I need you to perform stand-up comedy. Father, I'm not that funny. Yeah, I know. Well, why do you want me to do it? Will I become wealthy? No. Will I be successful? Will I meet women and have fame? Also no. Well, I mean, what am I doing this for? Is it going to bring me peace of mind? And all right, look, I got a bet going on with a bunch of the other dads in hospice, and if after I die you don't do this, I'm gonna have to wear a ghost dress until the Rockies win the World Series. That's why I always do the set for like an empty room, just in case there's some ghost dads hanging out, I do, getting older now, I try to stay healthy, do a lot of these new health trends. You guys heard of the cold plunge? Yeah, it's that, the ice water is supposed to keep you fresh. I do that with my nuts every time I sit on the toilet now. Also, anybody have those smartwatches? They're like a Fitbit smartwatch, those things. Don't ever do cocaine when you're wearing one of those. Because I got an alert when I was like high on like. Anyways, it did not go well. That joke's not finished. Let's see. Thanksgiving just recently passed. My house, we practice a traditional Thanksgiving. So what we do is like we adorn our fanciest buckled hats, and then we discover a neighbor's house and take half their food. But the funny thing about Thanksgiving though is it's divided like more American families than like any single event in American history. So I think the natives won that one. All right, we're wrapping up here. I'm just gonna do a joke for my favorite comedian. This is a deep cut. You guys might not get it. It's for him. But this is for Norm Macdonald. So recently I saw a show called Dark Side of Comedy, and it said that Norm Macdonald had a really bad gambling problem. And you know who else had a really bad gambling problem? O.J. Simpson. All right, thank you guys. Like I said, you might not get it. It's a deep cut. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.